Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. We're going to go right into things. Let me go ahead and see if I can't fix this real quick. Fix this just a little bit. Oh, way too much. There we go. Oh, now it's not enough meat. There we go. That's good. We're going to get tonight. All right. Let me go ahead and bring everyone in as I have a cast of thousands with me. First, she is the head of Feast of Fandoms. She is also our TikTok and cosplay queen. Let me bring Kat in. Kat, what's up?
What's up, man? Living the dream.
You doing? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I mean, it's a Saturday night. Does it get much better than that?
Oh yeah, facts. All right, let me bring in this next person who is just I don't know what she doing. Janae, what you doing over there?
What am I doing?
What are you doing? You said something about alcohol in the chat.
I might be drinking. Not yet, though. I just have my food.
What you eating?
Crackers, chips, ham, turkey, pepperoni, and some spicy jam to put on it. So
She eating good. She eating good.
basically charcuterie.
Yeah.
or as we call it, adult Lunchables.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring my man Ando in. Ando, what's up? You still with us? I see you down there. Oh, you having some tech issues. Get back to him. All right. In the meanwhile, let me bring on our female resident streamer, Diamond. What's up?
What's up, everyone?
How you
What up,
doing? How you
Diamond?
doing?
Hi, Diamond.
Just got back from watching the Thunderbolts movie.
Thunderbolts.
Nice.
I ain't seen it yet. I've been busy. I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna check it out for sure. And let me go ahead and bring in. Oh, there he is. What's up, man? What's up?
I don't hear him.
We don't hear Ando. Nope, we don't hear you, Ando. Do your thing, man. And let me go ahead and bring in the person who was responsible for putting this show together each and every week, my man Shaw. Shaw, what's going on, man? You all right?
I'm good. How y'all doing tonight?
All right,
Doing good,
all
doing
right.
good.
Doing good. It's time for the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's time. It's time. There you go. I think I heard you, Ando. You can hear you now, Ando.
Did you hear me well?
Yep, yeah, we heard you. Yep, give me a
Okay,
second.
cool.
One of my kids.
Hi, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What up, Ando?
What up?
Hi.
All right. Give me a second. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Now, I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet, but y'all know how I am. I don't care about spoilers.
We're gonna see it eventually, right, Will?
We're gonna see it eventually. It don't matter. I don't know how the rest of you guys feel about it, but I don't care. Who here has seen the movie?
I've seen it. Really
Okay.
good.
Okay. I heard it was good. But let's go ahead and get into that since I think that was the first thing on the list, Shaw.
Yep, first thing on the list.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, it's just me and Diamond. Nobody else saw it yet.
Not yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right. So I'm gonna try to keep a few things spoiler free, but there will be some spoilers. So it's very much a movie about depression and focusing on Elena. Some of the characters don't get enough, to do, but there's still a lot of good banter, good action. Um, It's a really good fight scene with the young group versus Sentry. That's really good. And then the Void shows up and does his thing. The ending, which is a really amazing ending, like they did what Captain America: Brave New World tried to do, which was ending the fight without a fight. I'm not gonna give up the whole scene because it's you gotta really see it. It's just really emotional and like done without anyone saying a word to each other. They're just going to do what they gotta do. It's really good. Now, one of the biggest things about the movie is the ending with what gets revealed, and we'll go into that Okay, first, Simon, what did you think? Then we'll get into the thing that's all the pictures for this is about.
So I didn't know much about Sentry as like a comic book hero, so I asked my boyfriend like, "What does he do? Is he the end all be all? Is he like the trump card for like all of Marvel?" He was like, "Yeah, kinda." He was like, he's like their version of Superman in a way, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Um, I asked him like, "Well, what's the dark version of him? Like, what's that other side?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's only if he cannot control it." And I'm like, "So he has a power he cannot control." He's like, basically just Thanos snap people out of existence.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of like
basically.
a Jean Grey and the Phoenix type of deal.
Yeah, I know.
Kinda.
Actually, yeah, more or less on that level. Yeah.
But I like turned to my boyfriend and asked him like, "Oh, what's this? What does this do? What is he like as a person?" Or he told me that they changed him in a way in the comics from what he is in the movie.
There's a little bit of stuff changed. I mean, like his like original backstory was a little mixed up. They rewrote it during the early 2000s, I think it was, to make him, kind of crazy and all that. So, and there's some, yeah, it is just a different interpretation. It's a little different.
But I liked how the end credit was, and I'm more excited about the upcoming movies after that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, picture number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. We find out what the asterisk means. It wasn't a
Yeah.
Thunderbolts movie. It was a New Avengers movie.
Nice.
They dropped
Well, yeah.
all of these stuff like the weekend after. Well, literally like following Monday.
Wasn't there like a reveal on like the red carpet when the movie was coming out
Yeah.
that Sebastian Stan basically tore apart the Thunderbolts, and that's when it showed the New Avengers movie
Yeah.
title? That was awesome.
All right.
I was gonna make
3,
a
and
joke
4.
because the asterisk at Costco means that it's not gonna be there the whole time. It's like limited edition. Get it while it's there.
All right. And then we're going to go here. All right.
Lilo.
On the Wheaties box.
Stitch.
I love it.
That, yeah.
Yes, Stitch.
Sorry, Stitch.
I won't do my Stitch impression. I'll be good.
You totally should. Janae,
Actually, I think I could get away with it because it's not as annoying as my other.
Janae, in the words
Yeah.
of Will, remember, people are clicking on our link for clickbait and your Stitch voice. So you would be doing bad journalism if you didn't use your Stitch voice tonight.
Yeah. Well, the one I'm really good at is the Lisa La Crista, whatever that means in Stitch.
Hell
Like
yeah.
that. So
It means Janae is the bomb at doing Stitch impression.
yeah.
All right. So the co-writer of Thunderbolts also revealed a bunch of plot points that were cut from the movie. First off, that Bill Foster was originally going to be in the movie as Goliath. Scarlett Johansson was going to be in the movie as a cameo in one of the Void flashbacks we see. Originally, John Walker was going to be the villain, and he was going to be a Hulk, which is weird, and it's a good thing that didn't happen. Apparently, Adamantium was going to be a plot point. Taskmaster had a different fate in the original story. She and Ghost was going to have a storyline or something. Don't know what that would have been completely. The Currently, the original idea was to have the entire movie take place in the vault, sort of a Die Hard type of thing, trying to escape that area that they were in early in the movie. And there was supposed to be more Void stuff. What are y'all thoughts on those plot points that were dropped?
I'm glad they didn't try and bring in the old Avenger characters. Like, don't get me wrong. I know people love ScarJo. I know people love the Hulk. I get that. But let the Thunderbolts. I mean, we knew it was going to be eventually, ultimately an Avengers tie-in. Anybody who's read the comics, followed Marvel, understands that part of it. but let them stand on their own without the Avengers.
You can't expect the future of your movies to produce if you're relying on the past. You got to have new characters to be able to rely on.
Agreed. So agreed.
Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of which, picture number 6, they did a funny thing with their Twitter because in the end they mentioned how Sam was suing for copyright for the Avengers name, so they put a little copyright on the yeah. So yeah, good movie, definitely worth seeing. I'm probably gonna see it again at some point, and I haven't done that in a while for a Marvel movie. So yeah, what else we got here? It's rumored that the director of Thunderbolts will be directing the X-Men movie that's currently in development. So that's a rumor, though.
Really? That's
Might not
interesting.
suck, you know.
Well, judging by how Diamond and Shaw are reacting to it, I think if he did as good a job with the Thunderbolts as they hope that he does with X-Men, I think it'll be a really good kind of startup for X-Men.
Mm-hmm. It better be good as Dark. Better be better than Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's going to be kind of a reboot again, so I don't see it being as bad.
I mean, I'm just going to say that's kind of setting the bar low.
Yeah, it is.
Lower than that. Besides Last Stand, but Last Stand was pretty good.
Last Stand sucked. Out of the first 3 movies, that was the worst one.
It's better between Dark Phoenix and
I like Dark Phoenix more than I thought. Dark Phoenix was better written than Last Stand.
What were you smoking when you watched Dark Phoenix?
Exactly.
What's okay? So what's so wrong with Dark Phoenix?
He was just looking at her ass.
For one,
Cat, you might have called that right, Cat. You might have called that right.
That's right. That's what I said.
I don't know why you guys be hating on Dark Phoenix. I thought Dark Phoenix was a good movie. For what it was, I think they finally showed off Magneto to be the kick-ass character that he was. I mean, to throw that train section off, to squish that guy, and then just poof, turn around and walk off. That was absolutely amazing. I think they did a really good job with, what was it, Sophie Turner? Was that the one that played? Yeah, that played Phoenix. To where she's kind of able to control it. She lets it control her, but then when the time comes, it's, hey, I'm going to save my friends, and I'm going to just carry. I don't know. I liked it. Plus, it's a young Cyclops telling Magneto to fuck off. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, you can't. That part you can't.
If you touch her, I will fucking kill you. Sorry.
Unrelated news.
For the first time in Marvel history, Scott had balls.
Yes. That's a Scott character that's a Scott character that Will Morgan can get behind.
That's the only one I can get behind.
Yes.
The other ones suck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought James Marsden was a great Cyclops, but for a younger character, Ty Sheridan played that perfectly.
He had that one good spot in X-Men 97, and that's it.
Yep.
He sucked otherwise. What's up, Andrew?
Hi, Andrew.
What's up, man?
And so it's rumored that in Avengers Doomsday, the X-Men will have their accurate comic costumes, and they will be in the expansion.
I like that. I like that idea.
Good.
That's what's up.
On top of that, we recently there was an interview with Alan Cummings, who will play Nightcrawler. He let us slip that he's going to be fighting Pedro Pascal.
That's awesome.
Why does Pedro Pascal have to be in everything?
I get that he's like fantastic.
Maybe he's Mr. Fantastic. So.
Oh, if he's doing his Mr. Fantastic, okay, fine. I'm just saying. I was like, oh, don't give him like another character.
Yeah, no, Pedro Pascal's playing. Yeah, he's playing Reed Richards.
This might imply that we're going to see the evil version of Mr. Fantastic from the 16 universe, who is also a part of the Secret Wars story. So that might be. That might be what it's implying.
That'd be funnier if it was John Krasinski that was playing the evil version.
That would have been funny.
it also could make sense because there was a part I think in the comic books where when the Fantastic Four first meet up with the X-Men, they don't know if they're good or bad because again, all the Fantastic Four have heard about are how mutants are destroying the future. So it could be one of those things where Nightcrawler's misunderstood by Mr. Fantastic, and that's why they're getting in the scuffle that they're getting into.
Well, isn't Nightcrawler misunderstood in general?
Yeah,
This is true.
Speaking
I
of
agree.
Fantastic
But he is
Four,
the best Nightcrawler for live action movie wise. I
Yeah.
really enjoy this
I
Nightcrawler.
really like Alan Cummings' character as Nightcrawler.
all right. Speaking of Fantastic Four, position number 7, we got the voice actor announcement for Herbie. Matthew Wood.
Okay.
Looks a little familiar to me, but I don't know. So
Yeah, I was gonna say the dude looks familiar, but I don't remember where he's off of. He doesn't have that face, which
Right.
probably explains why he's gonna
That's
make
why
a
he's
good
the voice
Herbie.
actor.
He has that general sci-fi guy look. Like he was probably a scientist in something, is why I
Yeah.
recognize him.
Probably.
Hmm. What else we got, Shaw?
how about The Last of Us? Anybody see The Last of Us?
I did.
Yes.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal,
Great
Not
save.
really. This week's episode was there was just so much.
Damn.
We learned about a little bit more about the WLF.
Mhm.
We've learned a little bit more about I don't remember what they're called, but the other group that wore like the hoods and shaved their heads and were a cult.
Oh yeah, I can't remember their names either, but they believed in like this fairy thing or some sort
they
of weird
believe more in
goddess.
like prophecy.
Yeah.
And I mean, in an apocalyptic situation, you are going to have various factions of religion, whatever they may be, right?
Yeah.
So that didn't necessarily like come as a surprise that there are groups that are more religious based than science and military based. I just kind of feel like they tried to pack kind of a lot into that, like,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, Ellie being Ellie and running off like with only half thinking about what she's really like. What's the plan? Don't get shot. Okay. Don't die. That's the plan. I just kind of feel like she's that person that if you've ever played MMOs, they're that person in a pickup group. They're the Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Like, they're just going to run in there.
all right, thumbs up. Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins.
Because that's kind of what she does.
There we go.
Oh my God, he went in. Can we just take a moment of silence for how awesome how awesome just that whole video clip was?
I need drunk Janae for science.
Haven't
She's definitely on her way there, Garrett. She's definitely on her way.
All
Yeah,
right.
give her like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
about
but
20, 25 minutes.
Kat,
Uh-huh.
how did you feel about? I know this is like more like costume wise and stuff. I felt that Ellie and what's her face were way too clean for the adventures they take. It's like they got almost like a deep shower every time. Their faces and their whole like they look too clean for being living in an apocalypse.
Yes and no. Because here's kind of the thing. The region that they would have been traveling through,
Mm-hmm.
and especially once they got up into the Pacific Northwest,
A lot of water.
a lot of water, a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they've been kind of living in a civilized society there in Jackson.
Yeah.
So because of that, they haven't gone like full feral yet, where it's
Mhm.
like, I don't care if I haven't showered or washed my face or brushed my teeth in 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
because they're used to doing those things every day.
Yeah.
Now, like there are so many other things that I'm like that were a little off. But I'm just like, we're just gonna call it plot armor and roll with it.
Well, did you ever play the game Last of Us at all, or the second one?
I did not.
So the scene in this episode where what's her name says I'm pregnant, and then they just start making out.
Yeah.
So Matt and I watched the gameplay version, and it's totally different and more emotional and crazy than we're just gonna start making out. Like Ellie is like pissed off and mad that like she's like, we could have turned around like 3 weeks ago. Why are you doing this to me? She's like, well, you're not going anywhere now. Like, I can't deal with this. And not this.
I mean, I would just assume that they cut it for screen time.
Yeah. But like,
Oh shit.
Okay. But instead it was like, oh my gosh, you're pregnant. Well, you can't, you need to stay here so we can keep the baby safe instead of this emotional turmoil.
Well, and like I said, I think some of that is cutting for time's sake.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of these things, like a lot of people talk about the fact that, like, oh, you know, there's not as much emotion in the show as there is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily think that is a fault of the actors or actresses.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that is something that is more a result of the writing.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, how can we like save some time and some space? Well, let's just cut out all of these things that are emotional that need more explanation.
Yeah.
Like the way that things played out at the cabin.
Yeah.
I mean, even as someone who hasn't played the games, I was kind of like, well, so I guess that's that.
Yeah.
You know, no one's freaked out about the fact that they drugged her. No one's. Yeah, they have the funeral because, you know, obviously there were a bunch of people in the town that died and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So they're dealing with all of that. But it's just kind of like, so we took this real central character that we have like been working so hard to get everyone to really like buy into the fact that he's this grieving father. And that, you know, for weeks leading up to this, him and Ellie were at odds with each other, you know, early 20-something angst, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he dies and they just drag him behind a horse and bury him and call it a day.
Yeah.
You know, so I do think there are a lot of things that are getting cut or modified from the game for screen time for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, to keep it to however many episodes or whatever.
Which is odd, because apparently they're going to be cutting the game story into 2 seasons. So half of it is this season, half will be season 3.
Oh, they're going to have a season 3? Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think so. It does kind of seem like they are doing this stuff a little early.
Yeah.
You can't have those fill-in cider, you know, those cider fill-in missions on the show because heaven forbid it takes away from the runtime.
Right.
I want to see them go after the medicine and the dialogue from the side characters and the MP. No, we can't have that. It takes away from the show.
Well, what I think it is, I feel like they're more worried about the action side of it than the story side of it.
Yeah.
And from what I understand of the game, part of the game is the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still makes me mad that I couldn't beat up any Marines as Master Chief in the TV show. Like, no, you should have been able to slap some Marines around, Chief.
I mean, if you would have given him another season.
Yeah, instead of cutting it off because people hate Halo for some reason.
Although potentially Netflix is supposed to be picking it up and running with it, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I do think it's funny though, like, are you sure? And then the whole stick after stick after stick is like, that's the whole trope of any pregnancy for comedies, romance, or anything like that. It's just like, yep, I think I am.
There's another one. Same
My
thing.
whole thing is like, and if we're talking about it from like the standpoint of the characters,
Yeah.
the dude is such a straight-laced dude. Like, I don't think he's going to be down for this thruple concept.
Right?
I would be. Hire me, Hollywood. I will be.
No. But I mean, like, the character himself.
Mhm.
Like, he got so mad at Ellie when he found out that they kissed at the dance when, you know, the other gal was high or whatever.
Mhm.
But, you know,
That sounds like a casting issue, not a character issue.
no, that's just it. No,
No.
the casting, no, it's the character himself
Yeah.
Okay.
was upset, not the actor, the
Mhm.
character.
Mm-hmm.
They can always rewrite it. Rewrite it.
And
Fix
well,
the character.
Redo it, replay it.
it's just
Here
kind
we
of like, so let me get this straight. Y'all are going to somehow make it back from Seattle. Because obviously no one who watches this knows how far Seattle is from Wyoming.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Right.
I've made that drive.
Yeah.
I know that distance.
Well, it's 3
And they were
hours
on first,
from.
no less, so that's even
Yeah.
longer.
Well, it's 3 hours from Seattle to Spokane on a good day with no traffic. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's 18 hours in a car at 70 miles an hour on good highways.
Mhm.
But so they're just like, he's not going to have lots of questions when they show back up with a baby.
Right.
Like, how'd that happen? How'd
Yeah.
that go
Hey,
down?
I will have you know,
The
Garrett,
birds
I
and
have
the
no
bees
defense.
and the.
I have no defense.
I
Garrett.
was not with you for this amount of time.
I got no defense, Garrett.
I'm like,
Used to
what's
be
it called?
no
Clickers in.
No defense.
Oh,
You know
and
what?
then-
I do. I do got a defense. I'm ginger. All right, so I'm part
All right.
black, according to Will.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
Janae shared that with me.
Yep. Sorry, then Janae, I'm part black.
Yeah, you should. You blame your girl.
Damn,
What up,
Yeah.
players? How we doing, players?
That's just new to me.
So-
That's new to me.
Matt found this meme not with the ginger black thing, but the one with the chick with in The Last of Us, not Bella, but the other one. I keep forgetting her name. She's actually plays Dora the Explorer in the live action Dora the Explorer.
And
so there's-
that's
and so then
Dina's
there's
character.
tons of memes about it and it makes me laugh.
Years ago.
It's kind of funny
Look,
when we
look,
get
look,
to
look.
Peacemaker. When we get to Peacemaker, I got a comment about that.
Look at what Ando did.
What?
What did I do? What?
Oh yeah, because we did. Well, you might have to show it in the BS chat.
I'm not showing it on the show. I'll
No.
ping
I
him.
meant like in the BS chat, so that
Yeah,
way Garrett.
I'll DM. Yeah, we can DM him. Yeah.
Nope. Somebody put that in chat, and the first thing I said was, "Do I get to say it?" And then
No.
I didn't even have to explain what it was. Will's immediately
No.
like, yeah, no.
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 Hey, as being ginger
No.
now being part black, I had to ask. So.
No.
You know, you
All I
cool with
said was-
you. I mean, you cool with me.
Bird,
But
bird,
you,
bird.
I'm cool with
Bird
some
is the
people, but
word.
I ain't gonna say it.
I
Like,
mean, you.
no.
I mean, you know, you cool with me, but I won't
like-
go down the street doing that.
Yeah.
It's like
Will,
that
you
white
can't
kid
speak
who-
for the entire black community.
All you need is that one. All you need is that one militant, and that's it.
Yep.
This is that
Oh,
white
come on.
kid
You're
who
not going to let
was
Ando be
originally
Randall from Clerks and be like, I'm taking it back?
No.
You know-
Oh my
No.
God, I
Not
forgot
coming
about
out, Cat.
that. I completely
Hey,
forgot.
they also had interspecies erotica in that movie,
Listen,
and we're
listen.
definitely not bringing that to the
Listen,
show.
listen. We have to save Ando from himself.
Who says I need saving,
We
Will?
have to save Ando from himself. Because if you do that, you're gonna need saving.
Yeah, you will.
No, only
Yeah.
from the Geek Gauntlet podcast. That's it. That's all I
Like,
can
who's
say.
gonna
from.
defend you?
So what's gonna
As long as
happen
no
is
harm
Will,
comes to the Geek
Diamond,
Gauntlet
and Shaw
podcast, I'm doing
are
my
just
job.
gonna push him out, close the door, and be like, "You guys can have him." If he's ever
You know they're
says
gonna
it.
come back. You know they're gonna come back 15 minutes later tonight. Nah, we can't have him. He's yours again. And then I'll
We
feel
from the
like that
black-
outcast with no home. It's like the last of
We
me.
from the black delegation
Yeah.
giving back.
Nah,
we give him
Will,
back.
Will, this Whitey's all yours. We can't
Hey,
handle it
hey.
anymore.
I love you guys.
Hey, hey,
We're gonna
the
have to
per-
rename. Go ahead, Will.
Hey, no. Shaw hit the nail right on the head. She worked for Disney.
Yep.
He hit the
Well,
nail
we're
right
gonna
on
have-
the head.
We're gonna have to rename the show to Willie and Whitey. That's what we have to rename the show to.
I'm just waiting for
Oh,
Ando to pull the, what's his name? The I'm Whitey and I apologize. You know,
Oh no, I ain't apologizing for nothing. Black Capella. It ain't nothing but black guys, and then my white ass comes out.
But Ando can't sing.
I'm sorry, what?
You can't sing.
You are my fire.
Hey, we don't want to get stop. We don't want to get copyright claim. Knock that off right now.
Now.
Hold on, I'm doing the Brooklyn Nine-Nine version, so you guys are gonna jump in when I tell you to.
Oh man.
And then Kat's gonna look at me and go, number five's a murder, and then I'm gonna be like, damn, I forgot there was a murder we're solving.
Yep. That thing hit TikTok like wildfire.
Yeah, but dude, don't tell me I can't sing, man. You and I got to go karaoke in sometime when I come down to Georgia, bro.
Well, that'll work.
Yeah,
That'll work.
I've
That
never
will
been
work.
karaoke.
the White Devil goes down to Georgia. What?
yeah. The White Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a will to hang out with. He had rum and then he slapped a bomb.
Hold on. Janita said she's never karaoke before.
What?
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Why does this surprise any of you?
Janae, how sheltered are
like a
you?
sing along toy at home or video game that would sing along and such? Like karaoke or something?
I've done like the
There's a Wii game out there that you can karaoke.
Yeah.
I've done Rock Band. but
Hell
that's-
yeah,
That's
that's
it.
singing.
I mean, like I haven't gone like places to karaoke before, so I didn't think
What?
at home
No.
counted.
When we have the Geek Gauntlet kind of reunion special, we're going karaoke.
Got to, man. Got
we
to.
got
Yeah.
you, Janae. A little bit of liquid courage and some nachos at the bar. Yeah, you're gonna get up there.
Good to go.
Yeah,
Ando knows my love language. Nachos for the win.
I'm nachos and alcohol. Let's go,
Nachos
baby.
for the win. Nachos and liquor. There you go.
Mhm.
And you know what? For the record, I will even go as far as to say I will play some Eminem. Just lose it.
Damn. Damn.
All right.
Well, don't get me
Send
going
some-
on Eminem, bro.
Since Ando mentioned, let's talk about the Peacemaker
Oh my god,
trailer.
I forgot to
Anybody
watch
see
it.
the trailer?
I did.
Golly.
Absolutely. Like, all right. So I saw the 2-minute trailer. The first like 15, 20 seconds of it when they're talking with Hawk Girl, the moderator, and Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. It's perfect. It symbolizes everything. Oh my, beautiful, beautiful.
If you had one shot, one
Yep.
chance, one
No,
opportunity.
it's if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in
There
one
you go.
moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater.
We need to cover like time to get. Stop it.
But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he's with the whole crowd grows so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He
Wasn't there a
chokes now.
remix to that?
Everybody's-
Wasn't there a
I don't-
remix? Wasn't there a remix with that with Dragon Force?
Probably.
I thought it was a remix with that with Dragon Force. I'm about to find it. I thought it was a remix with Dragon Force.
But no, the whole like the first 20 seconds of that trailer was absolutely amazing. With I'm sorry, is the microphone supposed to be on? Yeah, no, you can't hear us. I just heard her say I suck. And what is this dude doing over here? Yeah, no. Perfect. Mwah.
Well, yeah, looks interesting. We'll see.
Dude,
Drop.
I didn't see the first season, but I may have to watch the first season before the second one comes out so that I know what's going on.
Well, yeah, just kind of some canonicity type stuff. Rather, first season is canon now. There's definitely stuff saying it is, but there's some weird stuff with the whole DCU stuff. We'll see what happens. All right.
Didn't in the first season it ended with him walking out of like the ocean and he walks past Aquaman saying, "Go back and screw the fish."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some. Yeah, we'll see how they're doing that. They're doing something with it. We'll see. There's a
And
shot where
That's being directed
he's-
by James Gunn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's apparently something where we see himself like another person. So maybe they're doing some multiverse type thing with it, but we'll see what they do. Also, we also got a trailer for Asimov's Foundation season 3. Are you only interested in that, or anyone else interested in that? Just me?
I didn't see
I
it.
didn't see Squid Games or Foundation.
Well, okay. well, Foundation looks good. Got the whole thing with the mule. They apparently recast him, which is going to be weird because he doesn't look like what he's supposed to look like. Anyway, we also got a trailer for season 2 of Squid Games. Anybody?
And again, I've said this on this show before, and I'll say it again. I still don't get Squid Games. How the hell you?
It's a survival game where you play mini games. It's Mario Party on steroids.
But you die.
Basically, yeah.
So don't
You
mess
get
up.
money. You get money from it.
Agreed.
No.
Yeah, be like Sean. Sean never loses at Squid Games.
Oh,
And I don't mean to sound all soft and stuff, but at the same point, if it's you, I got you. If there's no kids, no family, no nothing like that, I got you. Go for what you know. If you die, you die. Kind of like Dead Man Wonderland, I guess.
Oh, hold on. I got to stop you there, Will, because I'm single, no kids, ready to mingle. So if I go on that show and die, there goes Ando.
There goes Ando. He's gone.
There goes our clickbait for
There's a clickbait guy. There goes the clickbait guy.
Yep. There
See,
goes
I got
Ando's
kids,
top
man.
5 for the week.
I mean, I got kids, man. I couldn't take that chance. My fat ass would probably died the first game.
Knowing our luck, Will, we would draw the glass bridge.
Hell yeah.
That would be give
That's
me
in
the
the first
cookie.
season.
Give me the cookie, man.
Yeah. We'll draw the glass bridge and die. That'd be some bullshit. Our name will go down in infamy as the motherfuckers that died.
Hey, yo, you remember that black and white guy on Squid Games who died through the first piece of glass?
Oh my god.
No, I don't want to be remembered as that.
No, hell no.
Fuck
Hell
no.
I ain't going out like that, man. I
Nope.
ain't.
There are worse ways to go out, Will. You know how I want to go out.
Oh yeah, you know how I want to go out too. Hell yeah.
Between some
hear-
sick thoughts.
hear the song.
Yes.
Dumb ways
Because
to
it
die.
Because
So many dumb ways to die.
thick thighs
Guys save lives.
thick thighs save lives, baby. Hell
Thick
yeah.
thighs save lives.
But
Hell
it's like
yeah.
for millions of dollars. You know how much you can do with millions of dollars? Not a
If
lot
you
now.
survive,
Inflation and everything.
If you don't live, what's the point?
Diamond, I have a hard enough time surviving out of 100 people on Fortnite.
I'm lucky I don't get hit. I'm lucky I don't get hit by a car walking across the street to Target.
Well, okay. To be fair, you shouldn't be walking across the street to Target. You need to be in the Target parking lot because them old ladies at Target be fucking crazy. Bro.
I work in the Best Buy. I want to go get some soup. And sometimes I don't leave the house early enough to go to Target first and then go to work. But
Okay.
sometimes when I go to work, I got to walk across the street to go to Target, get my soup, then come back. I'm lucky I don't, because the trip too is fine, but the trip from Target to Best Buy is a bitch because people who turn to make that left-hand turn don't bother to look for pedestrians. So you have to watch out for them. Yeah,
Nope.
you have to watch out for
Well,
them.
no, because they have their Starbucks now.
Right,
And
exactly.
They hopped up on Starbucks.
Yep, they happy.
They got their Starbucks and they're reaching back doing this to give their dog the pup cup.
Yep.
Mhm.
It'll
If
be
they
like
were
that.
smart, their dog would be in the front
So-
seat with them.
So my Target doesn't have a Starbucks, and when I was in
Be
Target
grateful.
a few weeks ago, they don't even have a food court thing anymore. This girl's
Yeah,
like,
none of the Targets.
she's like, "Do you guys have a Starbucks?" And they're like, "No." She's like, "Oh, I moved down here from Bellingham, and I guess I was just spoiled. This makes me sad."
Yep.
Oh, that's a tough call there. Like, oh, what kind of
Hold
Navy
on.
guys garbage is that? I moved from Bellingham and I was spoiled. Like,
He
Oh,
said,
damn.
he said no one's eating calamari. Hold up now. Hold up now.
It's not bad if it's
If-
prepared right.
If it's
Yeah,
prepared right
no
and
one's
it's
eating calamari.
if it's
There's no
prepared
squid.
if it's prepared right and hot, you can't eat it cold. But if
No,
it's
you can't.
prepared right and hot, you're
Then you
good.
obviously never had a really good squid salad.
Yeah.
Or fried
You know, look,
calamari.
sweet
Fried
salad's
calamari.
I had fried calamari is so good with
Yeah, it
Alfredo.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a million ways to die. There's a million ways to die everywhere, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm
And look,
saying. I
as
don't need
you
to be in no damn squid. I don't look, man. Put me on Prices Right, Wheel of Fortune, something.
You
trying to
know
risk
what?
my
Make
life.
me look like an idiot on Jeopardy. That is way better than freaking Squid Games.
Whoa. Wait. So
Hell
let me
yeah.
get this right. Will, you already have little old ladies with their AARP card.
Already trying to holler at you.
Singing you a snack. And you just
You wanna
want
go on
to
Wheel of
go on
Fortune.
lady shows and get fame.
Hey,
From The
baby,
Price is Right.
Hey, baby, can you help me with this,
He
please?
just wants to see Vanna White.
Please, baby, help me with this.
Hey,
And then
Vanna
well,
White's still
thank you
looking
for
good. Well,
thank you for
I
your
know.
help,
I'm
young
just saying. He
man.
just wants to see Vanna
Well,
White.
right now, you and me, we need to make a family up. We're going on Family Feud. You and me.
Yeah,
are
there you go,
representing
there you go,
the
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, Family Feud. That's
Fucking
safe.
Steve
Oh,
Harvey.
yeah.
Let's go,
That's
man.
safe.
Oh, here we go. Family Feud podcast edition. So
There you go.
podcast
That's safe.
Yeah.
That's
members.
safe. We are trying to make money and stay safe. That's what we're trying to do.
I can see it now. Steve Harvey has me up at the front.
Lame.
You must be the white guy of the group. You got these two lovely ladies, and you got this black. I'm just a white guy for diversity on this family. I get everybody into.
No.
Is
Then
his
no.
name down there to say token?
No.
Oh, snap.
But then you drop
The
then you
reverse
drop-
token.
No.
He'll be the
I'm
reverse-
ginger, so that means I'm
Yeah.
black.
Yeah,
He'll be the he'll be the reverse token. He'll be the reverse token.
I just
That's
want to
what-
see Steve Harvey's face if you
Steve,
ever said
Steve
that.
would just go, ha, what?
What?
Who said ginger means black? My friend Janae over there.
No.
And you
It was the video. It was not me.
And you
I
listen
just
to
shared the
everything
video.
that Janae tell you? This is why you ain't got a girlfriend, Brandon.
Oh shit!
I know Brandon don't got to worry about this question. We asked 100 married men.
Oh, yeah.
We asked 100 married men. Name a dwarf that describes their wife in bed.
Hell yeah, we'll do the prices right. We ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna die playing that. Hell no, we ain't gonna die playing that. How we gonna die? How we gonna die? The wheel gonna come off and run over us?
Don't play
Well,
with
the wheels,
sir.
if we play
Have you
Wheel of
not
Fortune,
been
yeah,
to
come on.
Final Destination?
No, it's gonna be the people from Target. They're gonna just miss that left turn.
Right them back
Well,
over.
Well, you and I are going to be like one puzzle away from winning like the grand prize, and then just that whole smorgasbord of Target's going to rampage.
This gonna come right down. Oh my gosh.
It'll be a fucking episode of South Park up in here, man.
Heck yeah. But we ain't down going out. No, I don't understand Squid Games.
Nope.
It's like, you know, you can win money, that's fine. But if your ass dead, you ain't gonna spend it.
Nope.
I mean, I
Like,
just
we're like one winner technically.
Like,
What's the
So why the hell are Will and I going to be in the same Squid Games then? I ain't going to let Will die.
I ain't gonna let Ando die.
No, man. If it's like, no, that's Hunger Games right there where Will and I are eating the berry at the end of the game so that we both lose so we don't have to die.
Exactly.
But then we
you know
die
what,
and nobody
right?
gets
I
the
have
money.
bullets.
Nobody
Punch 1 and bullets
cares.
Punch 2.
Fuck bullets, but Will ain't taking no bullet for me
I take-
because I'd be taking the bullet for Will.
I
I
would
would
do
say that
both of
you
those bullet
will
punches.
lose red light, green
Well,
light.
While we're on the subject of bullets, I do got to call out Will. I am sorry about your boy Derek Carr. We'll talk more about it on the Sports Reports podcast, but I know you
I ain't
feel
sorry.
it today, man.
I ain't
Yes, you
sorry.
are. We're going to talk about your feelings, Will, on Monday.
Oh, I ain't sorry.
We're
You
going to be
know,
talking about your
I
feelings.
ain't
Will.
sorry. I'll tell my feelings right now. I'm happy as hell. I wish him well, don't get me wrong. But from a New Orleans Saints fan perspective, he had to go.
Yep.
He had
Like
to
Jerry
go.
Jones, he got to go.
Everybody keep talking about everybody. Somebody asked me today what his legacy was. His legacy average
Injury prone.
and injury prone. There you
Yeah.
go. There
He
you
was
go.
fine until he suffered that really bad leg injury. Like I said, we'll talk
He
about
broke
it
that
on Monday.
leg.
This
He
is
broke
on
the
the
leg.
podcast.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
it on Monday, y'all. Join
Yeah.
us on the Sports Report podcast over on Water Wide Sports.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shaw. What's next up?
All right. Andor. Anybody see Andor this week?
I saw myself, but not the R at the end.
About to know then?
Think so.
Okay.
No
I
offense.
think Will fell asleep.
I can't do it. I haven't tried this season. To be honest. What episode is it on? 1, 2, 3.
Don't know.
I think it's
Oh.
on. Oh,
Well,
Oh,
I haven't watched it yet.
Chapter 9,
I might try. Keyword try. I might try. See if it don't put me to sleep.
Well, they also dropped Tales of the Underworld.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we had the first three episodes were about Saul's Vestress, whatever her name is, which was the first time they did the three that were a continuous story, not like in different time periods. And then after the last three were about Cad Bane, which were pretty good altogether. So anybody see them and what do you thought?
I have not seen them yet, but I'm intrigued to watch them.
I'll try.
Oh, all are good.
I'll try. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I'll try.
Oh, good.
All right.
All right. We also got Doctor Who. Invited to see today's episode.
No, I have to get caught up this week.
Well, I'll just say it was good. Like,
I mean, I don't care about spoilers.
surprised.
You just can talk about it. You know.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Nobody here
next
care about spoilers. We don't care.
Yeah. You should probably put the spoiler alert thing up on the top.
I don't have it on this.
Okay.
Right.
I had to reset my
Warning,
computer.
warning.
Hold on. I can do it like this. Spoiler alert.
I had to reset my computer and download a whole new copy of Windows. Thank you, Elgato. I appreciate you for that, you mother.
That's
I
what
was
I'm
gonna
doing.
say, that sounds very sarcastic there, Mr. Will.
It's Elgato's fault. I downloaded the Camera Hub software and that threw my whole system off. I had to redo it.
Pornhub.
Hey, don't talk about my homepage like that. Cat.
I done told y'all. Listen, Brazzers, XN, XX.
Yep. Xvideos.com.
Ain't no shame in my game. Shoot.
The freer it is,
The
the more
better.
virus riddled it is.
I gotta say, the more freer it is, like the freakier stuff that's on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is, like Pornhub is like your vanilla kind of, unless you're really digging.
Yeah.
I don't know this from experience. I did it for science. Okay. For science, Garrett.
Science.
For
How
science.
did Jackie Chan say it in Rush Hour? I'm looking for one with the story. I'm looking for one with the feet.
Yep.
I'm
I just
looking
here
for
on
one with the
vacation.
feet.
I do it for suspects.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, the freer it is, the more likely you are going to have to reboot your entire system.
Oh yeah. You know, for research. I mean, like research purposes only.
Or will
yeah,
you can
yeah.
do what I do and just do it on your phone, so you don't have to worry about catching viruses. On
And
your
like
computer.
private.
Not saying, just saying. Again,
right,
for
right.
science.
You can
For
still,
science.
they can still get you.
Yes.
That's why
For
you have a
science.
VPN.
I'm glad I'm not in Texas because Texas can get you.
Yeah.
From what I
No, you have a
understand.
VPN for that.
Y'all got a what?
We just get a VPN for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
No, so it's
true.
crazy. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this for science, of course. But if I don't watch it on my Wi-Fi, I'm close enough to the Nebraska border where if I try to go to Pornhub, they're like, "Oh, you're in Nebraska. You can't watch this anymore."
What?
No.
So, like, the founding place of cornholing.
Yes.
Uh,
Like, the place where there's nothing to do, but now you can't turn it off.
Wait a minute. I don't get Texas, y'all. I don't get
13
Texas.
minutes.
I don't know what Texas is doing. First,
We don't know what they're doing either.
We don't know
whole
either.
thing- The whole thing with the porn. Then they up here telling some fathers got to pay child support before the kid born. Then they're doing this stuff with anime, which is stupid.
Oh no, the latest one, the
Mm.
latest waste of our taxpayer dollars, and it does tie into geekdom. Is they're banning furries
I hate it.
because in the
Yeah,
word of
thank God.
senator,
Thank God.
it's not sanitary for for people to be using litter boxes in schools. Now, mind you, I know
What?
lots of people in the furry community. None of
That's
them use
a
a litter
thing?
box.
They're like, we don't claim these people who do this.
The furry community is a
mhm,
thing.
mhm.
That's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is-
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
not a thing up here in
scary.
Iowa. That is
That
not
is-
a thing.
That's not a thing here in Georgia
There are a lot of things
either.
that aren't a thing in Iowa, and
That's not a thing here in Georgia
There's
either.
some
Oh my
schools-
God, man!
there's some
Will,
schools
that's a lie, Will. You just
North
haven't found
West
them.
that-
I haven't found them.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing:
I've been
a lot
looking.
of times furries, because of how heavy and hot their costumes are, you don't see them out like in public in their fursuits,
Yeah.
especially
Is
not
Will
in the South.
laughing? Hot and heavy cat suits. Well, that got you going. Not my personal furry. Not
You
talking
know
about
what I'm saying
Pornhub.
here?
No, the hot
She
and heavy
said-
furry.
She said when they're in their costumes, y'all some damn losers. You gonna wear
And
y'all some
I know,
losers.
We
With
just
some
lost
damn
our
costumes. What
sponsorship
the
for
hell?
furries, Will.
Will,
the hell?
it's not any different than any other cosplay.
Oh my
Legit.
God.
It's not. So here's the thing: if you saw someone in a stormtrooper outfit,
That's
I wouldn't have a
cool.
problem with that. It's Star
No
Wars.
problem.
okay, so a fursona is no different than that.
Oh, they
Fursonas
get a
are
super
actually
kit.
pretty dope.
Did you say
Mhm.
fursona?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
Yes.
that's the thing.
Instead of persona, it's
And
a
yeah,
persona.
they create a character. So think of like Dungeons and Dragons.
Cat,
Unless,
you've broken them again.
unless you dressed up like Squirrel Girl, somebody getting super kicked.
No, dude, furries like their stuff is dope.
Sometimes they'll like say that I'm like a 9-tailed fox, or my name is like Cupcake or something, and be like
Okay,
something
yeah,
but
weird.
that's a nine-tailed
It's
fox.
a cupcake.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like as an example.
Like an example, yeah.
Oh,
Like they might be
okay,
like a cat of
okay.
9 tails. They might be a wolf. They might be a lizard person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A
But
lizard considered
it's
a
not
lizard's a
different.
furry?
But it's lit. Well, they're scalies, but they're still part of the
Now,
Furry
Furry
okay,
universe. I got
community,
you.
yeah.
okay.
I understand now. I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah. So I mean, but here's the thing: it's no different than someone wearing a stormtrooper outfit.
Mhm.
I know what
You know,
party I'm going to,
just-
and that's the
you-
stormtrooper party.
Just use the regular bathroom. Don't you need to use the litter box?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the whole thing. They actually he actually did an interview and they said, so like, have you actually been to a school and seen like litter boxes? Well, no, but I mean, but these people like they walk around looking like animals. So I mean, why wouldn't they use litter boxes?
And it's just so weird. It's like, well,
They're-
Grown ass man.
And like the thing is, like listen, outside of a convention or an event,
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. So you mean to tell me you can have a grown ass man taking a dump in a litter box in front of everybody?
no, that's the whole
Oh.
that's the point exactly.
like no one's seen it, but
No
it's
one's
the,
doing it.
the fear
Yeah.
of it. Like, oh my god.
Oh, okay.
It is old white men
Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on now.
that do not understand what furries are.
Hey, Will, could you imagine at the San Antonio Comic-Con that they have a white sheet around like 3 walls and that's your litter box? That's where you're going to the bathroom?
Oh god.
Somebody's standing in line like, who's gonna be here? Oh God, this smells really bad over here. Yeah, no, this ain't a line to meet somebody. This is the line for the litter box, bro. Yeah, no,
I did
I'm
not.
not.
The cat has
Or just like normal, like cat owners just have the litter box in the bathroom.
Cat has
Or in
educated
the
me
garage.
again. Cat
Yep.
has educated me again because I didn't know the thing. Because I didn't know the thing about Tomb Raider, and now I know this. I did not know furries were a thing.
You wish
Those
just I know all.
I knew people took My Little Pony, the bronies took that to a limit.
Okay, but people aren't properly dressing up like ponies.
True.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, but they're not going to the bathroom in the middle of places. Like, they're
No,
real
but that's-
people in
that's the
school
whole
going
point.
like, yo, look, man, I mean, I'm Fluttershy, but I got to run to the bathroom real quick. Give me 5 minutes
No,
and we'll
but Ando,
reassemble.
that's the entire point. Is you have this one old man who is so uneducated, like you two are starting to sound right now, that he thinks that teenagers in school that are into like being the furry community are using litter boxes in the hallway.
Which is so gross. That is indecency right there. Like, bro.
Exactly.
It's
And
a
that's
crime.
I'm sorry. Is it like dogs where they have to clean up their own shit out of the
no,
litter
but
box?
that's just it. No, it's just like anybody else in a costume. They go and use a regular bathroom.
Mhm.
It's a dumb senator that thinks this other shenanigans
Are
Are
happening.
happening.
are
Got
happening.
you.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Or
Okay.
they've heard stories supposedly, so
No,
it
it's
must happen.
what I think it is he's heard of people walking around, and furries do, like part of their fursona, just like part of their character if they're a cosplayer, like an original Star Wars Jedi,
Right. Right.
an original superhero character.
Right.
They create a personality behind it. And when they're at conventions, when they're at events, especially with other furries, because it's a community,
Okay.
they are their fursona.
Well,
I actually sent a picture in the chat of like what
Yeah, I
what
saw.
a furry looks like. Yeah.
I didn't see it. Let me take a look at it.
I mean, it doesn't look different than any other cosplay, if you really think about it.
I'm not gonna lie. That picture of the front one standing is very suggestive. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I mean, and when is the first time you've had pussy in your lap?
No,
Oh,
no,
shit.
all right. I'm gonna center myself here and pretend I didn't hear you say that. But Will, tell me I'm wrong in that first fox, the blue one with the white chest, does not look like he is saying, "Come get some," and his tail is between his legs.
I mean, he might be, but whatever.
He does look like being, "Come and get it."
He do look suspect. I'm gonna say here in front. He do look suspect.
I mean,
But I would never be. That would be a community I would never be a part of. So I don't have to worry about that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be the type of guy to be. I'm actually okay. Yeah. I'm not going to. Whatever you're into, hey, that's cool. But if I see that at a Comic-Con or I see that at a convention center, you can be damn sure I'm going to be like, not that way. I'm going this way.
Exactly.
It just reminds me of. I know that Ando and Will are going to be a little bit mad, but it's like when people are dressed like that, it just reminds me of sports mascots kind of thing. So,
yeah, there's really not a difference. Only they're not wearing a sports jersey.
Yeah. So, but look at their faces.
A lot of furries got into being
How very dare you?
When I look at when I look at the Denver Nuggets mascot.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said different nuggets. I was like, what?
When I look at the Denver Nuggets mascot, I don't think furry.
No, I don't.
I think of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I look at the San Antonio Spurs mascot, I think of the team. I don't think of a furry. I just
I look at Benny the Bull from the Chicago Bulls, I don't think bully. I think mascot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll openly admit that most fursuits are much better than coyotes, but you know.
Oh man, so that makes all politicians lizard people.
Yeah, exactly. They should be old.
It should be. I just think people. I just think they need something to do. I don't know if it's too hot. I don't know if it's too cold. I don't know if y'all don't get enough rain. I don't know what's going on, but
it's
those politicians down there just be coming up with stuff just to come up with stuff.
It's like with people who have like the Social Security and they don't know what to do with it, so they start doing stupid shit.
Yeah. The Stormtrooper Party is completely missing. It's going to completely miss the point.
Yeah, they're gonna miss because they're freaking stormtroopers.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I really, it's people are afraid of losing. It's the old white men. They're afraid of losing control.
That might be true. That might be true. That might be true for real. Yeah, I ain't think about that. That might be true for real.
Yeah, they're like, here, we have to control everyone from the women to the small children that may or may not use litter boxes in school.
No, I'm gonna keep it to myself. Never mind.
Yeah, please.
No, I mean, so how is it that a person who, I mean, going into high school, sure, you should be able to maybe not live on your own, but you should be able to know how to like make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, how to run a stove, make ramen, things like that.
Right.
Janae, yeah, like Janae, but she's not here to defend herself, so I gotta wait for her to come back. But you want people who are still learning to classify themselves. Like, I get it when you're 18 and you want to classify yourself as a furry. I get it.
Well, no, but so I think you're kind of missing the whole furry point, or it's freaking you out so much that like your brain stopped.
No, I don't think it should belong. That conversation, I don't think belongs in school. I think it's. Go ahead.
So, the furries thing is not necessarily any kind of sexual thing.
Okay.
Start right there.
Okay.
It is definitely more of a cosplay thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like the episode of CSI. So
okay.
A lot of furries are actually like people who are incredibly shy, incredibly introverted, but they still want to be able to express themselves, and they find that, hey, I can put on this head. People don't know who I am.
Okay.
And I am comfortable to socialize with other people that have similar interests.
Okay.
I guess that
So,
makes sense. I think that makes sense.
but just like anything else, you have an itty bit of misinformation
Or people
that
who
got
don't
to a
understand
moron.
it.
Or people don't understand it.
Well, but it's not even that. Like, it's because here's the thing: you don't see people walking around in full fursuits 24/7.
Agreed.
True that. True that.
Do you occasionally see kids that'll walk around and wear like the Nekomimi ears
Yeah.
or tails?
Yeah.
And maybe they say, "Oh yeah, I'm part of the furry community." Okay, maybe it's something they're trying out. They wear ears and a tail. They still are just like every other human being. And they're using bathrooms. They're using utensils.
Yeah.
They're not behaving any differently other than
They're wearing the fursuits every now and again. They hang around with people in their same community. I got you.
Yeah.
To me, I don't get it, but because if I'm on a cosplay, I can think of 100 different things to be than a furry. But I got you.
Right. But you also are comfortable if someone came up to you and were like, "That is the worst Vegeta cosplay I've ever seen in my life."
Mm.
You'd
First
be like,
off, congratulations for wearing Vegeta, Will, because he's
They're
way
gonna
better than
get-
Goku.
They're gonna be this right here.
Exactly.
Fuck you,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna keep going.
Also, I mean, kind of think about it. I mean, it's something we don't talk about a lot, but I know we've all at some point in time experienced the bullying for being geeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For some of us, we decided kick rocks. This is what I am. This is what I do. This is what I enjoy. And your opinion doesn't make me who I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for other people who, for whatever reason, they don't have that same confidence. They don't have that same self-esteem. They need that persona.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, we all, to some extent, have personas at different times.
Yeah.
Whether it's a persona when you're at work.
Yeah.
Whether it's a persona when you're around family that, you have to tolerate.
Yeah.
Whether,
We all know that one.
Will and I got that fake being happy at people when we're selling phones.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
By the way, Will, there's a phone salesman conference going on 2 weeks from now. You and I have been invited.
I'm there.
Yep, let's go.
So at some point we all put on a different personality.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that furries are doing, only like we said, and a lot of times, like a lot of furry conventions, they're not even necessarily talking, because trying to talk through a fursuit is very difficult, just like a mascot costume, because it's the same building principle. So it's a lot of nonverbal communication. Yeah. And there are friendships that are built off of that.
When you explain it like that, yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah. It makes more sense when you explain it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's an outlet for people. It's no different than, I know people that if you see them in their everyday street clothes, they are the most shy, timid, don't look at me people you'll ever meet.
Mm.
You put them in a cosplay with a helmet, they are the most dope, outgoing, strong, charismatic Mandalorian you're ever going to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing.
Mm.
Or even some people in their cosplays, like in their regular street clothes, they may be quieter, not as outgoing, but they put on that cosplay and they embody the character.
Right.
And that gives them that extra boost of confidence to be that outgoing person they want to be.
Makes sense.
All right.
Plus, I won't be and I won't be Vegeta. I will be Piccolo.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying, though.
Can I be Kid Gohan?
Picture number 9, please.
Yep.
Hey, Will. Can I be Kid Gohan?
You be Kid Gohan.
Yeah. What up, Dad? Hell yeah.
So in some places they've already released.
Oh.
I don't think Texas is one of them.
Damn.
I don't know. I know that one of our guys, Jonathan from the Captain's Life Blogs and Lightsabers podcast, he is on the East Coast, and he found some of them, but he said they teeny tiny.
I want the chocolate fudge.
Well, and also the picture that he sent us, it doesn't do it justice, kind of a thing. They don't. Well, I know that it's perfect. It's not real food that they take pictures of.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like that, and that makes me sad. But I don't
Yeah,
like popcorn
yeah.
anyway, so I'm not gonna even try that.
I'm gonna say the strawberry one probably looks like my favorite, just from box art.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Probably the chocolate fudge one too.
Yeah, I want that chocolate fudge one. I want to try
I don't
that.
know about the brown sugar cinnamon.
I also
Yeah, I don't.
like
No,
ice
I'm
cream
staying away from
sandwiches 'cause
that.
They get stuck in my teeth.
All right. Picture number 10.
Smartest character shown?
You guys missed one. Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. He's the
Oh.
smartest.
I got Dr. Doom.
Probably like
Brainiac.
I was
I'm gonna go
say,
Mr. Fantastic.
I'm gonna go Dr. Doom.
I was gonna say Brainiac too.
Dr. Doom knows technology as well as magic, so I'm going with Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna counter you, Will. I'm gonna say Mr. Fantastic.
See, I can't do that because when you look at some of the things that went on in the Marvel universe in the comics, a lot of stuff he couldn't fix. A lot of stuff Reed had to get T'Challa to help him out. He had to get the Black Panther to help him. So that's why I can't go with Reed. I get where you're coming from, and he'll probably figure out most situations, but there's been sometimes he couldn't figure things out, and he had to get help from either Black Panther or Iron Man. So, but I get where you're coming from with that. It makes sense. But it's just Dr. Doom to me because of the fact that he knows technology, he knows magic.
I don't know. Batman could be
He was
pretty
so
solid
special.
up there.
Hell, I think Dr. Doom, if I'm not, and Tyler's not here to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Dr. Doom is the current Sorcerer Supreme. I gotta look that up. I think he's the current Sorcerer Supreme. I gotta look that up.
Speaking of, we miss you, Tyler.
Yes,
Come
we miss
back
you, Tyler.
next week, sir.
Yes.
All right, last up, picture number 11.
This is gonna be fun. Luke Skywalker got to run the gambit.
No.
Was he
No.
clear?
Wolverine's taking him out.
Yeah. Every one of those characters has the high ground.
Yeah.
But it's not Anakin we're fighting. It's Luke Skywalker. I still think Wolverine. He probably beats Cap.
But
And
he
probably
Get
Batman.
through Wolverine to get to Cap. Though.
Exactly. I don't see him beating Wolverine. Like, he can beat Cap, and I think he beats Batman. But Spider-Man with his reactiveness, and Wolverine with his I'm going to fuck you up and I'm not going to die. I don't see him beating Wolverine to start.
But couldn't he use the Force to strangle Wolverine or any of those other characters?
Maybe if it was Darth Vader and he didn't give a shit, but
Yeah,
Luke is going to fight with the.
Does Luke know the chokehold and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Does he know the chokehold?
I don't think even if Luke knew it, he wouldn't use it because he's that pure side of the Jedi. So he wouldn't.
No, he's used it. There was a point he
Is
he is what's considered in some cases a darker turned Jedi. He's been on both sides of the coin.
Okay. So would he just use that to get the clear? I mean,
Sure, if he wants to be a dick.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if he chokes out Logan to make him pass out or quote die, it's like he regenerates anyway.
Well,
he can cut his head off.
Yeah, but if he chokes him out and then uses the lightsaber, well, first off, is the lightsaber going to cut through adamantium?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another question.
Yeah,
that's a question we don't know. Yeah, that's a question we don't know.
Because I mean, you can make the argument that he can choke Wolverine long enough to cut his head off, but if the lightsaber can't go through adamantium, all you're going to do is take the skin. You're still going to leave the adamantium skeleton, which the brain is enclosed in, so you can't separate the brain from the body, so Wolverine doesn't die.
He'll just heal eventually. He'll just heal eventually. Yeah. And I think Spidey takes him out before he can even use it.
Yeah. See, I think where Spider-Man has the advantage is Luke can use the Force, but Spider-Man can still see everything coming with that spider sense. So.
Yep. That's a good one, though. I like that one. That was a good one. And
well, that's a really cute raccoon, Cat. Like, that's adorable. Are we talking about the raccoon that was holding the meth pipe and the lady's like, that's not mine. Yeah, no, it was in your car, ma'am.
Florida, wasn't she?
No, that was Ohio. It was in Hawaii.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Hi, Anderson.
But
What's
the funny thing is, she had the proper permit to have a pet raccoon.
You're just not supposed to let him smoke meth.
Nope.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you had to have a permit to have a pet raccoon there.
There's
and
that
she got the
DBZ.
proper permit. She was doing other illegal stuff, but that was the legal thing that she did.
There's that
The
DBZ.
raccoon ratted her out.
There's that
He
DBZ.
raccooned her.
There's that DBZ character with the inappropriate name.
Who are we talking about? Because I know we said Piccolo and Gohan. Which one are we saying that has the inappropriate name, Garrett?
Yeah,
What? Is it? It's not Mr. Popo, is it?
Mr. Popo.
No,
Mr.
because we
Popo.
said Piccolo, not Mr. Popo.
You said Mr. Popo. You said
Oh.
Mr. Popo.
How is Piccolo an inappropriate name? It's a small flute.
Yeah, meow and barking.
Yep.
Meow and barking.
Maybe
The
they're
furry.
talking about me.
Meow
I don't know.
and barking.
We need clarification, Garrett.
Sometimes meow and bark, depending.
Oh.
I know you. Are you talking about Corin?
Mm.
Who's chilling out with Roger Roby? All right. You got anything else, Shaw?
No, that's it. All I got.
All right. Thank you. Let me head over to Diamond and her video game news. Diamond, what you got, if anything?
So, this is a rumor, but Half-Life 3 is reportedly playable in its entirety and could be announced this year.
Okay.
That's big.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then the latest Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer was set
Oh
a major record by racking up 475 million views in just 24 hours.
Well, that's what happens when you promise a game for almost 10 years. Over 10 years.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, we're gonna cancel it. It's gonna come out next year. I'm like,
Yep.
if y'all cancel it one more time, I'm just gonna be like, I don't care.
Fuck it. Grand Theft Auto Online from GTA 5 for the rest of my life. Screw it.
Exactly. Make my own GTA
We're going to
6.
get another Pope before we get another GTA game.
We do have a new pope.
Yeah, we do.
That's what I'm saying is we're going to get another Pope before that GTA
Oh, okay.
game comes out.
Ra's al Ghul. Oh, that's Batman.
And then Paul World confirms disappointing game changes forced by Pokemon lawsuit.
I'm gonna say something, and y'all can correct me, but everybody steals from everybody.
Yep.
Paul World stole from Pokemon. Pokemon stole from Dragon Quest. So what the hell?
But Pokemon is just very like, they're like the strict parent that doesn't want like anyone copying their child or doing something
True.
that's considered
True.
similar to their
Well,
child.
they
True.
have. I can't remember the percentage, but they have to prove that because I think it's like a minimum of
10% difference.
Yeah, or what? Yeah, 10% difference. In order for it to be not claimed as the same thing.
I think the other issue
10%
too
difference
is-
of the design itself.
So I think it also gets down to the same reason that Nintendo's trying to kind of crack down on fan art is Pal World, while they're not Pokemon, they are creatures who may or may not resemble Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
They are running around doing some crazy shiz. Incredibly violent, incredibly borderlining on inappropriate. I mean, okay, I don't think very much is inappropriate, but inappropriate to normal people, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or inappropriate to Pokemon standards.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
Pokemon manga
yeah,
is kind of
yeah,
dark
yeah.
this way too.
Yeah.
They're hella
Right.
dark.
So I think it's more a matter of they're trying to keep the family-friendly image, and they feel that Pal World is destroying that
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
by having characters that are so similar.
Yeah.
And then Alien Rogue Incursions is going to release September 30th. No VR headset needed now.
Okay.
And then what's it called? Mafia: The Old Country release date and a 50% price point. It's supposed to release on August 8th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC.
I like that they're keeping the game price the same. They're not increasing the value.
Like
Yeah.
some of these other
I don't-
games.
I don't play Mafia at all, but I'm glad that there is a company that is sticking with the same price point and not bumping up because of tariffs.
Right.
And that's all I have for video game news.
Hey, what's
I got
this
one.
stuff? Thank you, Diamond.
I got one to add for people
Same
not
here.
playing Fortnite. Fortnite did introduce its new Star Wars season. Playable characters include Poe, a created character with both light and dark robes, and then obviously Emperor Palpatine will be included. You do get a fight with the blasters from the Star Wars universe as well as lightsabers.
Just don't dress as a stormtrooper.
The
Yep, you can still dress
blasters.
as a stormtrooper, which is awesome.
The
Um,
blasters.
Yep. I'm enjoying it. I'm level 27 already in the season pass. And it's a way to get me back into Fortnite. So
And what's this stuff I'm hearing that Nintendo can break your Nintendo Switch too if you break terms and conditions?
Mm.
I haven't heard anything, but it's Nintendo, so I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, technically anybody, because you have given enough access to our systems,
Mhm.
could do that.
Damn shame.
But and don't forget,
$700 system they're gonna break.
coming up on the 15th, Doom Dark Ages launches.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So you want to blow up some monsters and some demons, like 15th Doom Dark Ages.
Mhm.
Doom came out with a new game before Halo. I'm sad.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. And we're gonna finish up the show with Janae's anime news. If she has anything, what's going on, Janae? What you got?
I do. It's almost time for the English dub debut for episodes 18, 19, and 20 for Dragon Ball Daima. That will be dropping on May 16th. And then Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Previously revealed plans to get on the Dragon Ball Daima action series set. The first release, there's a first release date now of July 17th, so you get to see small Goku. Woo. More Goku.
I'll go back.
Godzilla and King Kong Supernova, the sixth up and coming for the MonsterVerse. Will the theater releases in March 26, 2017 or 2027. Blah, blah, blah. Tongue twister.
Oh, okay.
In other news over in Japan, I've never read this manga, but there's to celebrate the 30th anniversary of a magical girl, Phantom Thief, Saint Tail. They're collabing with a cafe to do magical treats and goodies that it's gonna start they're gonna be in a cafe in Osaka, so they'll have different drinks, foods, lunch boxes, and things like that, but inspired by the manga. So
That's what's up.
and let me go scrolling down. Penguin Random House announced on May 2nd that they're signing new license agreements with Disney Publishing that include manga, novels, reference books, children's books, among other types of publishing work from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, 20th Century Studios, and National Geographic properties. Viz Media, Dark Horse Comics, and Tokyo Pop already published titles licensed through Disney Publishing that are billed as manga. So Viz Art titles will include Ultraman, along came the Spider-Man, Katsuna, Star Wars Path of the Lightsaber, Star Wars Visions, the manga anthology, and the Star Wars Mandalorian, the manga. So Dark Horse Comics titles will include the Art of Star Wars New Hope as a manga based on Haizu Tamaki Star Wars The New Hope manga adaptation. Tokyo Pop currently publishes a large library of kids' titles based on Disney properties. And then Disney Publishing announced at Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025 last month that they will resume its comic adaptation of the live-action Star Wars The Mandalorian series with the 5th volume. So that'll be interesting to see. Which I'm still, it just baffles me still that Tokyo Pop is in business because I just remember just a few years ago they went out of business. So I'm just like, wait a minute, Tokyo Pop. Most of my manga is from Tokyo Pop.
They're back.
So, but that is all I have.
All right.
So, Will,
Thank you, Jay.
No,
we were just talking about the Nintendo freezing your system, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny you mentioned that because I just turned on Facebook, and wouldn't you know, the first thing that pops up on my feed is Nintendo has quietly updated its users' agreements to warn gamers that it can brick a console and account if piracy or hacking is detected. The new user agreement that came out this year
Yeah, I just received that.
did not mince words. You acknowledge that if you fail to comply with the forego restrictions, Nintendo may render the Nintendo account services and or the applicable Nintendo device permanently unusable in whole or in part, it says. Part of the new agreement also expands on Nintendo's definition of prohibited activities and efforts to, quote unquote, bypass, modify, decrypt, defeat, tamper with, or otherwise circumvent any of the functions or protections of the Nintendo account services violating the user agreement. So yeah, Nintendo is taking that shit pretty seriously if they're looking at blocking not just Nintendo account information, but the system that it's on. It's a lot like the Xbox 360s when they first came out, when people were circumventing that and they were bricking systems. It's giving off that feel.
So everybody who has a modded Switch.
Yep. It sounds like anybody with a modded Switch, or hey, because now they're doing the digital services, the virtual cards, anybody who tries to circumvent that, they're going to lose their account in their system.
Damn. I get it, I guess.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's dumb, but I don't get it.
Yes.
I follow the rules, so.
But you pay to be on. You pay to be on Nintendo Switch Online.
I do.
Yeah.
Because I got 3 people, and I like F-Zero 99. That's the only way you can play F-Zero 99 is to be online.
Yep.
And it's a fun ass game. They need to bring back Super Mario 35 is what they need to bring back.
But that's the thing to get me, because you pay hard. You pay what? You pay money to be on Nintendo Switch Online.
Between me, my brother, and my sister, we pay $90 a year. Damn. But that's the not just the Nintendo Switch Online, but that's with all the expansions, all the emulators, and all the extra bonuses for it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So for me and Rob, it's worth it.
Right. I got you. All right, let's go ahead and finish this show off. Good show, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming out. Let's go around the room, see what everybody has going on. I'm gonna go to Kat first. Kat, what we got going on this week?
All right. Well, over on Feast of Fandoms, you can always make sure you're hopping over there and checking out all of our new content, whether it is video game shorts from Ando, anime recommendations from Janae, shorts letting you know about our shows. So on Mondays, we're going to have MCU Monday, and they are talking, I know they talked Thunderbolts last week. I'm not sure what they're talking about this week. Wednesdays, we have War of the Stars always has a new episode, and they're talking Star Wars. Thursdays, you've got Cantina Happy Hour. I know they're talking about Andor, and I'm not sure what else. And of course, be back here with us here on the Geek Gauntlet on Saturday nights. And don't forget to hop on over for Trek Tuesday for all you Trekkies out there, because we always have some shorts or new podcasts from Captain's Logs and Lightsabers, usually Star Trek themed.
Thunderbolts. All right. Anybody got anything else they want to add before we get on out of here for the night?
I was just going to say I'm getting back into the flow with the top 5 for gaming news. That should be out tomorrow, right, Kat?
Yes.
Yeah, so this week, because I am a little late, it is my top 5 Star Wars games. And then I do have a list of 3 more setups. I did get a bunch of ideas from the Feast of Fandoms family, so thank you so much for those, including top Pokemon games, top sports games that are not pro-related. One of the games on that list will be Wii Sports. Thank you, Rob. And then my top 5 non-storyline Pokemon games. So those are 3 of the next 4 lists coming out. Again, if you guys got ideas, leave me messages or comments in the videos, or hit me up on any of my social media platforms or through Feast of Fandoms. They'll find me and give me the idea.
All right. If no one has anything else, I want to say thank you for everybody coming through tonight. We do appreciate you. I want to say thank you to Elites. I want to say thank you to ESEN for having us here as well. For myself and the rest of the crew here at Geek Gauntlet, we'll see you guys again next week. Everyone have a great week and take care. Later, guys.
Bye.
Peace.